Hello and welcome back. Today we want to finish off the user screen with the pop-up to delete a user when you choose to delete that user. Alright, so if you look at our UI right now, we actually have no way of deleting this user. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to add another field here, which is just going to contain the delete button for our users. Alright, so let's do that real quick and then start working on deleting the user. Okay, so let's go to our table right there. Alright, and in here we want to create a small box, right? And this is going to give us the space for deleting a user. So the size hint x of this box is going to be none because the width of this box is going to be the height of this box. Alright, and for our top part, that is all we need. For our user tile, we now need to take from our password here. Alright, so we're just going to take 0.5, and actually let's first see if we can just do it the way we did it with that box. So we're going to add a flat button, and the size hint x of this flat button is going to be none because the width is going to be the height of this flat button. Alright, now let's give it the icon that it needs. So the icon is going to be icon, I believe it should be icon trash. Alright, so the color of this icon is going to be app.color. Is it color tertiary? I'm not sure, but I hope it is. Alright, let's run this. Let's see what we have. Alright, manage users. And I think it fits nicely. Alright. Yep, we're going to leave it like that, and this is going to be the icon we use to delete. Okay, so let's go ahead, and in our icon, let's do on release so that when it's clicked, we know we want to delete a user. So root.delete user. Alright, and which user are we trying to delete? Well, we are trying to delete root.delete user. Actually, we can just do root.delete user, and then in our user tile, which is here, we now need a callback. So callback is equal to an object property, and allow none is equal to true. Okay, now we can go up here and let's create that delete function. So define delete user, which takes self and the user that we're trying to delete. Pass for now, and then what did we call it? We call it delete user. So now in our user tile, we can create basically our sudo delete user. So delete user, which takes self, and this is going to say if self.callback. That means if a callback was added for deleting a user, then we are simply going to call that callback, right? Call that callback with self, which is the user tile itself. So we are done with that. Now in our delete user, alright, before we work on this, let's add the callback for deleting a user. So ut.callback is going to be equal to self.delete user, just like that. Now in our delete user, we then want to create our model view. Alright, so now if you remember, in our POS we have a model view that basically looks like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just copy that and reuse it. So I believe this should be POS checkout. I believe that's the model view we want. Alright, so I'm just gonna go to its implementation, just gonna copy it, and you know, I think we're going to be reusing this kind of thing a lot, right? So alright, we might change it later, but for now let's just copy it. What I don't want is to keep like creating model views when they're basically the same. Alright, so for now let's just recreate it, and then later we are definitely going to make it such that it's a widget we can reuse over and over again. So right now we're just going to call it delete confirm, which is a model view, and then we can go to our pos.kv and find that POS checkout, which is this. Alright, let's copy the whole thing because that is literally what we want. We want the whole thing, and we want to paste it down here. Oof. Down here we want to change this to what do we call it? We call it delete confirm. Delete confirm. So it's actually just going to say delete user. Are you sure you want to delete this user? Alright, and yes, delete, and the color is color tertiary, and then console is actually going to be app.color primary. Alright, and with that we are actually done with that model view. So now when we choose to delete a user up here, we are going to say dc is equal to delete confirm, and just do dc.open. Right, now let's try this out and see what we have. Alright, manage users, click on Sam. Oh no, we actually want to click the delete icon. Alright, so click on that, and here we go, delete user. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes, delete. Okay, looking good. And at this point I think we are done with the user view. So I actually still have time, so I'm actually going to go to widgets, and I'm going to create a new file called popups.py, and in popups.py I am actually going to copy this code, alright, and go down here, paste it. So what do we need? We need the clock, object property, and the model view. Okay, let's go up here. Let's do from kivy.uix.model view. We want to import the model view. Alright, so now I'm going to make that pop-up dynamic, and then from kivy.properties, we want to import a string property. Believe it or not, we also need the object property. Alright, and in here we want the title, which is going to be a string property. We also want the subtitle. Then I'm just going to copy these two, and what we want is text confirm. So when we confirm, what's the text, and then text console, and then finally the callbacks. So confirm callback is going to be an object property which allows none. So allow none is equal to true, and then this is just going to be console callback. Alright, going to put these down there. And then here when we say complete is confirming. So when we confirm, we want to check if confirm callback, and then just call confirm callback. So confirm callback, we're going to call it with self. When we cancel, so just to define cancel self. Alright, and we're just going to check. Alright, so first we're definitely going to dismiss, and then we're going to say if self.cancel callback, then we're going to call that callback. So self.cancel callback, call it with self. Alright, so we still need the clock. So from kivy.clock import clock. So what I'm doing is trying to make this as dynamic as possible. So this is just going to be a confirm dialog. Alright, and we're going to reuse this confirm dialog across all our different screens. I actually need a color property, and this color property is going to be basically confirm color, and this is the background for the confirm button. So this is going to be a color property that defaults to just white, and cancel color, and this is going to be the color for the button. Alright, so with that we can now go to users, and we can literally just copy this whole thing, go to our pop-ups, import the builder. So from kivy.lang import builder. So now down here we can builder.load string 1, 2, 3. Alright, and paste all our contents in there. Change this to confirm dialog. Okay, so now where it says delete user by default, we want it to say root.title, and in here we want it to be root.subtitle, and then cancel, we want it to be root.text cancel, and then here it's going to be root.text confirm, and then for the colors now, here this is going to be root.cancel color, and yep, that's the color. So here, instead of changing the color, we are changing the background color. So this is root.confirm color right there. Alright, and with that, instead of on release just dismissing this, we are actually going to call root.cancel. Alright, and root.complete, and with that, now we actually no longer need to redeclare this here. We can just delete it, and then up here we can also delete it here. Alright, which will give us errors here. So now instead of that, we want this to be a confirm dialog. Alright, so confirm dialog, and now for our text, so dc dot to be imported. Let's see if it's imported. Yep, it got imported. Alright, so we're just gonna push it to the side so that we can copy everything we need. Alright, so dc dot title is going to be delete user. dc dot sub title is going to be you want to delete this user, and then dc dot confirm, it's text confirm actually, and this is going to be yes, delete dc dot cancel text console, and this is going to be, just gonna say console. All right, and then finally, what else do we need? We need the callbacks. Okay, so for our case, we are actually not going to be adding any callbacks for now. All right, what we want though is the confirm color. So confirm color gc.confirm color, and this is going to be app.get running app.color tertiary, and then this is going to be app.color primary. This is console color. Alright, we've added all what's needed for this. Now let's run it and see if it works. Alright, so I'm just going to add some typos here just to confirm that it's using these values. Okay, so python main.py, run that, manage users, click on delete, and as you can see, it's working as we need it. Alright, lovely. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fix this. Alright, and now I'm going to show you how to actually delete this user. Alright, so this is actually pretty easy. We're just going to say define delete from view. Alright, and this is going to take self and the user being deleted. Alright, and for now, let's see. Alright, we can just do self, not self, we can do user dot parent dot remove widget user. Alright, so now up here in our constructor, we can just do self dot current user, and for now this is going to be none. We can copy this, we can go into our delete user, and we know that delete user has been clicked. Alright, so we can do self dot current user and give it this user, and then when we delete this user from view, so by the way, we no longer need this, right? But yeah, we're just going to leave it like that. So down here we are going to check if we have a current user that is being manipulated, and if we have a current user, then we are going to delete that current user. So self current user, just like that, and in here we're going to say self current user. If self.current user, self.current user the parent dot remove current user. Alright, and this is the confirm dialog, not the user. Okay, so now down here we can simply say dc dot confirm callback is equal to self dot delete from view, just like that. So now if we run this, we should be able to delete a user if everything goes according to plan. So let's click on Julian here. Alright, are you sure? Yes. And now Julian is gone, as you can see. Alright, there we have it, ladies and gents. Alright, I'm actually going to do this. Alright, so we've run out of time, but like I said, I don't want to be using this. I want to be using that confirm dialog everywhere. So in this case, right here, we also want to use the confirm dialog. So we're just going to import it from widgets.popups. Yep. And no, we don't want that. So here, this should be checkout. I believe that's what it was. Check out. Are you sure you want to check out this card? Yes, check out. console there. That's cool. Alright, so the callback is self.checkout, and this callback is for confirm, so paste that in, and yeah, that's it. Alright, so for our colors, we want this to be color primary, not tertiary here, so color primary. Alright, so now we can just delete this because we are now reusing our pop-up, so also remove that here. Alright, save that. Let's run it and end this session. So in our point of sale, if we print receipt, we see checkout still works, right? In our manage, if we click this works as well. Alright, so this is where we're going to stop for this one. If you have any questions regarding all the stuff that we just did, leave them in the comment section. Otherwise, as always, I'm Sam, and I will see you guys in the next one.